Greg Klima here with song number 3 from Fake Songs here on the Standing O Project. This one's called The Root. It's in 3/4 time. I don't play it the way you play a standard waltz with your little... I don't do that. You could. But what I do is arpeggiate and strum a little bit. There are 4 chord shapes in this song. The verse happens, the same progression happens twice. It's basically the G shape. There's a guy on my street, has a sign in his tree, A minor shape, and the sign says Trump, to the D shape. Paul Bunyan and me wants to chop that tree, back to the G shape, down to a stump. All of that again. The Donald Trump in me wants to hate that guy, who I don't even know. The Jesus in me wants to love everybody. Let this one go. Chorus starts on the A minor shape. If you wanna get to the root of something, D shape back to G, you can't chop it down. A minor shape, dig in the ground, back to the G shape. You can't chop it down. Here's where the C shape comes in. If you wanna get to the root of something, G shape, that's gonna take work. A minor shape and D shape. You get down on your knees, put your hands in the dirt. That first chorus ends with that little thing right there. C shape, G shape, D shape. You might have noticed sometime when I play the D chord, I add that sus note with my pinky on the high E string. You might have also noticed that sometimes I don't just play a D, I might change to the D7 shape. And a very important thing to point out to you is I got a capo on my 3rd fret, which means I have raised the pitch of my instrument. And while I'm playing a G shape, and an A minor shape, and a D shape, and eventually a C shape, what we are playing, pitch-wise, is a B flat, C minor, F. And when you play this shape, the C shape, that's an E flat. And it's important because if you were to say, hey, I'm playing a C chord, and maybe you're playing with a bass player or a cellist or some other instrument that doesn't just put a capo on, fiddler, you know, they're not going to be hearing a C chord and a G chord and a D chord. This is very definitely with the capo on the 3rd fret. This is B flat, C minor, F, B flat, and the second half of the chorus starts on an E flat chord. And that's the way it's recorded on the, that's the way it sounds on the recording. Little thing I did there in the chorus, you might have picked up on this. I go, if you want to get to the root of something, you can't chop it down. That thing is at the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7th fret. When I'm playing that G shape, I hit my B flat note on the 6th fret of the low E string, and then I add my pinky here to the D string on the 7th fret, and then I play some notes, and I get my pinky out of the way, and I put my index finger on the 5th fret of the D string, and eventually I get my index finger out of the way, and what that is just arpeggiating through that thing. Sounds decorative, it's kind of pretty, reminiscent of Gentle on My Mind by John Hartford. And I think that's the gist of the entire song. You could play it in any part of the guitar you want. I do it in B flat because it suits my voice. If you have a different vocal range, you might not want to play it with a capo at all. You might want to play it in the key of G, or you might want to capo at the 5th fret and play it in the key of C. That's totally up to you and what feels good in your voice. But you know, if you want to play along with the recording, I capo 3, and I play that shape, that shape, that shape, and that shape. And in the second half of the chorus, we introduce that one right there. And I think that about covers the song. If you have any questions, greg@klima.com. Just send me an email and I'll try to answer anything I can as best I can. And thank you for being part of my Standing O project experience. Catch you later.